Welcome to Sports Cage.
Sports Cage.
Sports Cage.
Sports Cage.
Welcome here. I'm Sam Delfs, and this is our special guest on the show today, Cody Lind, former university athlete, football player from Simon Fraser University, and experienced national training camp participant, analyst, and expert. Welcome here, Cody.
Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you here. Let's not waste any time. We've got a lot to cover on the show today.
So much.
Very good. I've heard many athletes in action, analysts, athletes speaking of this concept of the total athlete. What is this total athlete? Can you speak into that a little bit?
Yeah, and that's great. It's sort of what really grounds us as an organization. AIA puts on this camp, and the goal really is to challenge these stereotypes of what athletes are, what drives them. You know, why do they compete? What is their motivation? Yeah. And we'll get into that in a little bit later. But the idea of a total athlete, and so to really unpack that, let's talk about what it would take to be an athlete at university. Well, for one, you know, these athletes are training for hours a day. That involves practice, that involves in being in the weight room.
Of course.
Not only are they in the weight room, but these are student athletes. So, you know, they're studying, they're in the books. So the same way that you would study, the same way that you would train your body, well, we believe there's a spiritual side and that there's good value in training and exploring that side too, because you're really bringing everything together in more of a total athlete. The mind, body, spirit. Yeah, so we see things through the Christian perspective, and that really grounds us and gives us the foundation for the national training camp.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. You spoke a little bit about God and spirituality, bringing that in as the total athlete. What might this concept of training spiritually and for an athlete putting God at the very center of their sport, that's something that has been an idea that's been thrown around a lot, talked about a lot. What does that mean, to put God at the center of one's sport? Yeah,
and I think more than ever, this is an area that's receiving a lot of media attention. You see Tim Tebow, John 3:16. You see Linsanity. This is an era where God and sport. Yeah, Kevin Durant. You know, God and sport are sort of melded together, and yet we don't really understand the distinctions. And so we want to tackle this idea of bringing God into your sport and having God be the center of the sport. Now, what does that mean? Is it bigger than just going down on a knee and praying before a game? Is it writing a verse on your wrist? You know, now I'm going to use an analogy here. Now, back when you were an athlete,
many decades ago, many moons,
I think you shared with me that you lived off of Hungry Man
Absolutely,
dinners.
That's all I ate.
Yeah, no, those are extremely unhealthy and high in sodium, but I imagine you're probably having some kidney issues.
Well, they failed many times. Many kidney failures.
Besides the point, the whole idea of these Hungry Man dinners, the analogy that I like to use is that, well, look at the Hungry Man. You've got the potatoes in a section, you've got the brownie over here, and then you've got the roast beef, and so you've got a number of different segments or portions on the whole plate. Now, sport might be one of those, and family might be one, and friends and social, and sometimes God is one of those as well. But the perspective that we like to hold within AIA or within the National Training Camp is that, well, can God be the whole plate rather than just one section of it? Can God be more than just mashed potatoes? Now, that's an interesting concept, and so that really grounds us, and to have God be the whole perspective and really be the foundation for your sport, because we can't, as athletes, realistically survive if we're completely bound by our own personal motivation and feelings and what our coach says, referees, teammates, fans, those type of things. We have to be grounded in something deeper than that.
That's right. Yeah, things like temporary things can go away. They can be taken from you. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah, exactly. Injuries, a tragic accident. That type of thing.
Getting cut from the team.
Getting cut from the team. Those are all. Those things can't rock you the way that a faith would take you through that. That is deeper and that is unchanging. You know what I mean?
Very good.
Yeah.
Thank you. Very good.
I mean, I don't want to, as a past participant, and I mean, you can speak to this too. We don't. There's part of the draw is not really being sure what to expect. However, what I can say is that between some pragmatic learning in the classroom, you're going to be able to be on the field actually applying some of this stuff with real-like sport conditions. So there's going to be a set of principles that you're going to tackle, and they are of great value in sport and also out of sport. So we're going to see that being unpacked a little bit throughout the week as well. The week concludes with what's called the special. Now the special is a time of endurance, of exhaustion. It's an epic event that combines all of the elements that you've been working through all week, and and it puts them in this really highly competitive environment. And man, you'll be certainly pushed outside your comfort zone. I will say that.
Sounds crazy. Very good. That's all the time we have for today. Cody, thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule
Glad to
be here today and shed a small ray of sunshine, a little bit of light on this anomaly that is Athletes in Action National Training Camp.
Yeah,
I am just ecstatic. I'm excited for camp. I'm ready to go, and we will see all of you at camp. Be ready. That's all the time we have for today. Cody Lynn, Sam Delps signing out. Sports Cage!